Hi, Jody and Go Mobile support team. Michael asked me to respond to this email we sent last week about a question that we had on these service area businesses. We've been trying to figure out what to do with the profile for Jones Brothers Home Inspections that has 3 locations. And part of my question has already been answered, but the reason for the question in the first place has to do with the fact that in the last 2 to 3 weeks, Google has radically changed the way these local businesses are set up in the first place with multiple locations. And I can show you exactly what's happening using Jones Brothers profile. Used to be, when I logged into this particular account, they had 3 locations, one in Kennewick, one in Pasco, one in Richland. And we had 3 local business pages that corresponded to each location. Google has since a couple of months ago moved the reviews that we were getting on these local pages over to their maps listing or their local business listing page. We used to always include a Google Plus link on the client's website right here, and you can see where the link is down here. If you look down in the lower right-hand corner, if I move my cursor, it's going to go away. But you can see where I've got that plus.google.com, blah, 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 and the about. We always linked this Google Plus link to the About page because that was the page on a Google Plus profile where the reviews were displayed. And Google moved those reviews over to Maps a couple of months ago, so they're not there anymore. But what they've done in the last 2 weeks is that they have eliminated completely, let me get back to my business. We no longer have individual location. We've got the locations here. These are the 3 different Maps pages. So this one goes into, this would be their Richland location. Obviously, their Kennewick location and their Pasco location. So their individual Google Plus pages that went with these 3 location pages are now gone and have been replaced with the single brand page. And all 3 of their locations are represented by one brand page. The same thing has also happened to Dubois Law, which we just did the connection last week and connected both of those dashboards together for Seattle and Bellevue. So with regard to VA360, we now have 2 different components that we're going to be working with on all of these profiles. When we're setting up a client, we're going to be setting up, let me go back over to here. We'll be setting up the individual locations. Let me get back to my dashboard. The individual locations, like with, get back down here to like DuboisLaw.net, for example. This is their Bellevue location that's already been confirmed. So we've got their listing builder and everything engaged on this particular address, but the social component that goes into the social marketing side of it, the social component now, instead of going to 2 different Google Plus pages, which they used to have, one for Seattle and one for Bellevue, those 2 pages are now gone and have been replaced by a single brand page, just like with Jones Brothers. Their 3 Google Plus pages where we had posts on all 3 of those pages have all been merged into this single brand page now. So in our dashboard, we have the social component that will go to a single Google profile regardless of how many different locations they have listed. And then the review component and the listing component, these 2 pieces will remain directly connected to these maps listings, these locations listings. So I hope that makes sense. Now, the other thing and the reason that we asked the question with regard to Jones is a service area business. None of these 3 locations are a physical address for them. They were used to confirm the 3 different business areas because in Tri-Cities we also have to SEO and maximize for Richland, Washington, Kennewick, Washington, and Pasco, Washington. Here in this area, we refer to it as the Tri-Cities, and even though these are 3 different distinctly different, 3 distinctly different locations. Now, let me get back out of here now. Even though they're 3 different locations, they have their 3 location pages and their 3 brand pages and their 3 maps pages, and their reviews are all corresponding to the correct location page. They only have 1 brand page now. So this did change, but the other thing having to do with these location pages and the way we set these up What we had done in the past was go into the Google listing and turn off the show my address portion of it long enough to verify the listing inside of VA360. Once the listing got verified, then we go back to Google and we turn that back off again, so it's turning off that local address to put it back into a service area business. The change that they've got now has to do with the guidelines on a service area business, and here it is right here. If you wish to display your complete address while setting your service area, your location should be staffed and able to receive customers during stated hours. And a lot of these guys in this, especially in this home services space, they're going to be working out of their homes. So the clarification is the legal compliance in trying to make this work for a service area business, but the legal compliance having to do with somebody staffed and able to receive customers at a stated location. So got a problem with that one. We don't want to be in violation of Google's terms. If we have to bend a rule a little bit to get a verification like we did before, that's one risk, but it's something entirely different now that they've separated these two into two distinctly different profile entities, and now this additional component of somebody there staffing the business during business hours is a problem, because we're going to be lying about that one. So hope this helps, and looking forward to a response. I do think we know what we need to do on Jones now, though. Thanks.